Steve is actually sitting up.
Hello.
I was just about to dance.
All right, okay, thanks for this one. Hello, good evening. I block all that out. Sorry about that. Can you turn the TV down, please?
Yeah.
We are now live. Sorry about that. I think what's been happening is with my my induction things. We've been having problems all day with my laptop. So, but never mind. Hello, Liz. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you. All right, isn't she sweet when she comes out with hello? I'm very well, thank you.
I'm very well.
Right. Okay. By the way, guys, last week I had two people who contacted me and said, "Can you please knock Slimming World, on the thingy?" We don't know. We don't. Again, every week I say this. We do not knock them down, or we don't even talk about them. We only talk about if something needs to be said, and we never knock Slimming World down.
Yeah, they're not a topic for discussion, but they obviously come up because we are talking weight loss.
Yes, I know. Okay.
Yeah, we don't knock them, they're just mentioned.
Yeah, they're just mentioned, aren't they, Liz?
Yeah.
Anyway, now what have we got planned for tonight, Liz?
Well, you had a subject which does fit in very nicely with what I can share with your viewers. And most people on the radio, they won't see it.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about it. Go on.
They'll hear it anyway.
Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Did you want to start the discussion and then we go into it? Is there anything specifically that you wanted to talk about?
Well, yeah. Hang on for a second. Let me get all my work planned out here. I've been busy today.
Ooh,
if you look down on the bottom screen.
Yeah. I didn't catch the beginning. I need to read it again. The level of sugar in your blood may drop to below the normal range, causing hypoglycemia. Okay.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, people say low carbs is okay. Some people say low carbs is no good. What is good?
Well, it depends, I suppose, what they mean by low carb. I mean, you've got ketogenic diets, which are very, very low in carb, and they don't suit everybody, and you have to go into them slowly. The problem is the nation have jumped on this keto diet like it's a fad diet. It's the newest thing. They've jumped to me 2 feet, and they do come crashing down because they haven't become fat adapted to be able to cope with the level of carbohydrate, which is forcing fat burning, which is great. But if you don't have the fat burning machinery, if you haven't built that yet, then you're going to really struggle, and people do. And they run on adrenaline and a cortisol, and then around 3 weeks, bang, they come crashing down.
Yeah.
So, but that's a ketogenic diet. But there is low carbohydrate diets, or there's ketogenic diets. So the lower than the national dietary guidelines is without any doubt, and it's been proven over and over to be beneficial, especially for people with diabetes. Because the problem with consuming or eating or following the national dietary guidelines of so many portions of starchy and grain-based products is those foods do raise blood sugar. So your blood sugar rises. Insulin is released into the system to bring that blood sugar back down to a safe range. But the problem is, because it's such a big flood of sugar into the system, the insulin overcompensates. It pumps so much out into the system to get the job done pretty quick. So it draws too much sugar out, and that's when you get that drop in blood sugar. So it's not about consume, because the the guidance for diabetes is to eat little and often to keep your blood sugar level.
Yeah.
It is going like that, but within a safer range. What ideally diabetics should do is consume food which keeps their blood sugar stable, not high and low and then eat again, high and low and then eat again, high and low and then eat again. That isn't the way to do it, and it has been proven over and over. So the idea behind the lower, and when I say lower, I'm not talking about fewer starchy products. I'm talking about consuming low starchy foods which don't cause that blood sugar spike. And those are.
So what are they? So what are these low starchy foods then?
Yeah, so they are the veggies that are grown above the ground predominantly.
Right.
So all the low starchy stuff, all the root tubers that are growing in the ground, they're very high in starch, and also grain products are very low in starch. So it's wheat, oats, barley, rye. They will raise your blood sugar. Whereas the low starchy veggies, all the green and colourful ones that grow above the ground and don't need to be cooked to be eaten, like you can eat raw broccoli. You can't eat a raw potato. It won't be very pleasant. You can't eat a raw swede. So if you need to cook it to eat it, think twice. But the low starchy veggies, you can have an abundance of those. And that's where people can get their carbohydrate from. Quality protein, good healthy fats, and low starchy veggies. And if a diabetic followed those 3 rules, they would be all right. Diabetic type 2, they would be okay.
Okay.
Because it keeps the blood sugar stable. It doesn't send it soaring to then come plummeting down.
So what happens if somebody is suffering from diabetes 1, say, you know?
Or they're relying on insulin.
Yes.
They're relying on that. And
Right.
I don't think that can be reversed, because damage is already done.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been told, I don't know if this is true or not. Again, this is what I've been told, that if we are on insulin, if people's on the insulin, and if they eat a lot of low carb, right, they can actually eat a lot low carb. They can kind of like get rid of their insulin. Is that right?
Yes. Type 2 diabetics, if they can control their blood sugar by diet alone, they don't need the insulin.
Right. Okay.
They can control their blood sugar with their diet.
Okay. How about this one then?
Yeah.
Underneath here, question underneath for you here.
What we got? Low diet, anything under 100 and 150 grams is generally considered low carb. Yeah. Because 150 grams is all your body needs. It doesn't need any more than that. 150 grams for essential bodily functions. Anything over and above that is a surplus, especially if you are a fat burner. But the problem is, because the national dietary guidelines are 300 grams of carbohydrate. It's too much. We shouldn't be using that amount of carbohydrate. If you are, you're carbohydrate dependent, and that's not a good place to be. You shouldn't be relying on carbohydrate for fuel. You should be able to tap into your own body fat for fuel. It's a clean burning fuel. Carbohydrate is very dirty. If you imagine damp twigs on a fire, it creates a lot of smoke. Whereas fat is a really clean burning fuel. It's your body's preferred fuel source, because you've got virtually an unlimited source. Even a skinny friend of ours, they have virtually an unlimited supply of body fat.
Right. Okay.
So it is the body's preferred fuel source, but it turns to carbohydrate because your body's very good at being efficient, and carbohydrate doesn't take an awful lot to break down into energy. So your body will turn to the easiest possible fuel source. And if you've loaded your body up with carbohydrate, it will use carbohydrate, which means it's never getting a chance to tap into your fat stores.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I put this one on yet. Down the
No,
bottom?
degraded into sugar, yeah, which see, there you go. Typical example, a primary energy source. No, it's not. Is required for the brain. Glucose is required for the brain, muscles, and other parts of the human body to function normally. When you don't get enough carbs, right? Okay. Our bodies have the ability to convert body fat into glucose. It's called gluconeogenesis. So if I never ate a gram of carbohydrate again, I would still function, because when my body breaks down my body fat, it's got 3 triglycerides, 3 fat molecules, and a glycerol molecule. So that glycerol your body will use as glycogen, but also that breakdown of body fat produces ketones. So your body can produce enough energy from within. So that what's going across the bottom is untrue. Your brain will use ketones, and it loves ketones. It loves them. There's only 2, I believe this to be true, there's only 2 fuel sources that cross the blood-brain barrier, and that's glucose and ketones.
Right,
Your
okay.
muscles can use body fat as a fuel, and the byproduct of that fat metabolization or fat metabolism is I can't remember if I've said that right, are ketones, and the ketones fuel the brain. So what went across the bottom there is wrong. It's not a prime, it's a big fuel source. It shouldn't be. The primary fuel source should be body fat.
Right, okay. So what happens if we kind of like if somebody is suffering from what can I say, like diabetes, and they've kind of like their diabetes is like a yo-yo, and they're on low carbs. What would happen there?
And then what?
And they're on low carbs.
No carbs. They'll probably be absolutely fine. Eventually, they would need to wean themselves off of the carbohydrate, because, like I said, if you the British the National Dietary Guideline promotes a lot of these starchy foods. So most people have more carbohydrate burning cells in their body than fat burning cells. So if you take the carbohydrate away, your body is going to struggle, because it's only got a few fat burning cells. So the idea is you kind of gradually take those foods away over like at least a 21-day period, for your body to start building the machinery to burn body fat instead of carbohydrate. So
Right.
if a diabetic wanted to go down that road, ideally you start eliminating those foods out. You don't take them out straight away.
But they say that low carbs is good for you.
Low carb is good for you. It is. But if you're on a very high carbohydrate diet, don't just whip them out. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, he does.
I'm here.
I thought you'd gone. Yeah, you can't whip them out without some help and guidance along the way. Because with 1 gram of carbohydrate requires 3 to 4 grams of water. If you take carbs out of your diet, you're also going to lose water weight, and with the water weight, you lose your electrolytes. And this is really common with the keto diet. People come crashing down, not only because of adrenal burnout, but also because they get really tired, they're really sluggish, really heavy, because they've expelled their electrolytes with their urine, and then they struggle. They really struggle. And that's when this keto doesn't work. It's no good. It doesn't work. It's crap. But it would work if they'd gradually, over a 21-day period, gradually taken those foods away.
Okay. Wendy says here on the radio, she says, what is electrolytes?
Electrolytes, they kind of help the spark, really, the energy spark. So they are your sodium, potassium and magnesium. So sodium is your salt, about 5 grams a day we need of salt. potassium and magnesium you find in green leafy veggies, and avocados are fantastic supply. Low carbohydrate, so they won't spike your blood sugar. Avocados are great for both magnesium and potassium. One or a half to one avocado a day is fantastic. If you can get that in, do it.
Yeah. Okay. What else is it we got here? Marie says, what's the best diet to go on if I need to go on a diet?
Oh, well, without any doubt, a diet. Well, number one, take the processed food out. Processed food, fizzy drinks, that kind of thing. Do that to start off with, but then do start looking at the quality of the carbohydrate that you are consuming. Start bringing down the level of grain-based products that you eat, because they will raise your blood sugar. And all the while you've got blood sugar and insulin in your system, all the while you have insulin in your system, your body isn't able to access your body fat. And that's what makes dieting and clubbing and things like that really difficult, because you're fighting against the tide all the time. Your body's trying to lose weight, lose body fat, but it's not able to access it, all the while it has insulin in the system. So it's really, really troublesome. And these foods drive cravings as well, because your brain loves sugar. It absolutely loves sugar. And the more you give it, the more it wants. So it's really, really hard. So these diets that allow treats and sins and things into the diet is not helping with those cravings.
Yeah. The last time I sinned was about a couple of months ago.
I don't want to know.
And it wasn't eating anything.
No, I don't want to know.
But what I'm trying to say, before I've got to get this in before you get it in. It's all about the why, isn't it?
You need to know your why.
You need to know your why. You need to know. But with the kind of like diabetes and kind of like 1 and 2, because people get confused.
The what?
A lot of people will get confused, right? Yeah. Have you got me so far?
Yeah, you said diabetes and what?
Right. If people is on can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Very posh. Right. If someone is on insulin and the other person is on like diabetes 2 without insulin, yes. And if someone is on low carb on insulin, that is more dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they need to have their insulin adjusted. I mean, if you have diabetes and you are relying on insulin, you would obviously approach a doctor and let them know that you are going to go on a low carbohydrate diet. Remember, it's your choice, and it has been proven to benefit people with diabetes. There's no reason why your doctor shouldn't agree, and he monitors you, or he or she monitors you and lowers your insulin respectively.
Okay.
According to your diet.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so like if you're on blood pressure tablets as well, that needs to be adjusted if you go on a low carbohydrate diet.
Yeah. So hang on for a second. I'm on high blood pressure, right? Okay, I'm on blood pressure. What am I talking about today? I need to go back off and come back on again. I get high blood pressure. Okay. So if I go on low carb, say, would that be dangerous for me?
You would need to let your doctor know that your diet is changing. Definitely, because with carbohydrate that's high in processed food, if you've got a lot of carbohydrate, that produces a lot of inflammation, and if you are on medication for anything and you change your diet dramatically, then you should be talking to your doctor to let them know what you are doing, because your medication may need to change.
Okay, that's 5 minutes, Liz. It goes quick, this, doesn't it? Eh?
Yeah, you're coming back to me.
I am coming back to you. Don't worry, you're not on your own. Right. Just the last 5 minutes. Here we go. Right, Liz, I'm on a diet, but the trouble is at the moment it's not working for me. I'm on a Rosemary Conley diet. What can I do to go onto another diet that will work?
Well, ideally, you need to eat. You need to follow a diet or way of eating, whatever you want to call it, that contains real whole food. Because I believe the Rosemary Conley, I think she's food supplements as well, so shakes and bars and stuff like that, with a lot of chemicals. Ideally, you need to turn to a real food way of eating, unprocessed. If you can start with that, take the processed crap out, anything in packets and jars and all that gubbins, get rid of all that. And any diet that is going to make you lose weight or help you to lose weight and make you healthy, you are going to need to spend more time in the kitchen. You will.
Yes.
You can't do the two together. You can't buy packets and jars and ready-made meals if you want to lose weight and be healthy at the same time.
Hang on for a second. We've got somebody here. Martin wants to know, you just said about going in the kitchen, all right? Martin says here, oh, that's good. I can order my food online and it comes out in a packet anyway. All I've got to do is just boil it. You can actually buy food online and actually get it delivered to you like swimming stuff, can you? That's what he's trying to say.
Well, if you're boiling the bang stuff, that's going to be processed, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, this is what he's saying. He's saying that he's bought some stuff online and he gets a delivery every week.
Unless it's a veggie box or a box of ingredients that you can, you get a box of ingredients and the recipe in there, unless he means that, in which case is great. But as long as you've got whole food that hasn't been tampered with, proteins, veggies, healthy fats to cook with. But without any doubt, I mean, yes, you can lose weight by doing the Rosemary Conley supplements, shakes and packets and stuff. Yeah, you can lose weight, but that doesn't mean you are going to be healthy, because it's very processed. Lots of chemicals, lots of artificial this, artificial that. Some ingredients are even unpronounceable. So if you want weight loss and you want better health, then at some point you are going to have to get into the kitchen and start knocking up a few of your own dishes. And they don't need to be complicated. They can be really easy.
You need to get in the kitchen and rot those pots and pans, isn't it?
You do. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, my wife just said to me, no doubt about it, you need to get in the kitchen. She's totally right. And
if people are short on time or whatever, then get some batch cooking done. You can knock up a big pot of something and freeze it.
Yeah. I've had some shepherd's pie tonight. It was really gorgeous.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 2 helpings of it. I loved it.
Don't tell anyone, eh?
Don't tell anybody. I've just told her about quite a lot of people. Right. Okay. Last couple of questions. Dorothy, hello.
Hi, Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy. Thank you very much for that message this afternoon. I will get back to you about this song, but I can't remember. I'm still trying to remember it at the moment, but I will get there. Liz, I've been on the diet for quite a while now, for 6 months. I've lost 2 stone within 6 months. Good. That's really good. How do That is, isn't it? 2 stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Well done. I want to find out what I can do about trying to get more weight off me before July because I'm going to go on holiday. Um,
Well, yeah, just take a good look. Where can you make improvements? Is this Dorothy still?
yeah.
Yeah, so Dorothy, just look at your diet, what you're eating now. Where can you make improvements? If you want to give it a little, a little nudge again, then take a look. Take a look at any processed food, anything that's coming in the packet. If it's nice and clean, then look at portion sizes. Maybe start to lower your portion sizes down. It's really hard to give general advice because it just all depends.
Yeah.
But if it's clean, number one, make sure, can you make improvements? Can you reduce down the portion size? What kind of meals are you eating? Are you making sure you're getting protein and fat in every meal? Because those are the nutrients that will keep you fuller for longer. To save you snacking, are you snacking in between? Can you knock some snacks on the head? Are you using artificial sweeteners? Because these are wee buggers. Artificial sweeteners can really mess with your gut bacteria and mess with your ability to metabolize fat efficiently.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Liz,
so
thank you very much for again tonight. It
you're
goes quick,
welcome.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Certainly goes quick.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I don't know. 1 minute I see you, and next minute you're gone.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah, I know. Don't forget, guys. Know your why. Don't forget what Liz
Yeah.
says. Know your why.
No,
I'm
you
gonna get
won't.
a song. I'm gonna get a song made up. Know your why. Know your why. Know your why. And we'll see you again next week with Liz.
Real. Lovely.
And she's probably got something planned. Probably, hopefully. Until then, goodbye. See you later, Liz.
Bye, everyone. Bye,
Bye. Bye.
Dorothy.